Alright guys, I'm back out here at the Sidekick. I found this piece right here earlier. It's a good sized piece, a little over 3 inches long. The other guy where I had permission to walk this field, he showed up this morning too. He and I, we walked the bigger portion of the main camp. Scantily, he found 2 or 3 Adinas. I just walked up on this piece. He's gone. I've not walked this field yet to what I hadn't had company. That's all right though. He found a big chopper deal. It was pretty good size. It was about probably close to 6 inches long, I guess, 2 or 3 inches wide, but real thick. But anyway, pretty good artifact. He was a nice guy. He said he probably wouldn't see me no more this year. I'm gonna keep on looking. Walked up on this tip right here and started to raise it, and I can tell something on the back of it, but it might just be broke all to pieces. Yep, I don't much think it's broke. Not real fine, but not real rough either. I'm glad to find it. Got a pocket full of brokes. Let's see what else we can find. Alright guys, look, I'm starting to look for anything that's got a hole in it. And that has got a hole. That's got a hole all the way through it. I don't know what it is, anything or not, but I don't find much. I've never noticed much with any drilled holes. I'll get that poked out in a little bit and show it to you. I'm taking it home. Later. I got this cleaned out. It's got a hole all the way through it. I don't know if it's an artifact or not. It's awful odd to have a hole right in the center. It looks like it was possibly drilled from both sides, because both of them's kind of got a conical shape. I just walked up on this pretty little big sandy hafted scraper. It's a pretty little thing. I want to keep looking. Appreciate you watching. Alright guys, I walked up on another one. It may be broke, but I see a notch in it right there. Hey, it ain't broke. Oh, that's sweet. I would have thought they'd been broke. You can tell by the way they lay in there sometimes. You just nearly know they're broke, but that proves I'm wrong a lot of the times. That's sweet. Later. My no piece and I've slipped up on another one. I stopped when I seen it, because it looks to be whole. I think that's it right there. Yep, that's it right there. Maybe a little chigger on that upper left corner. I can't, from what I can see. No, it's under the mud. Oh, that's a fine one. Yep, that's a fine one. That's a pretty piece right there. Well, I've done good. After the guy left, I'm walking between where me and him walked, and you know, when you get somebody else in the field with you, you can't take your time and look it like you need to, especially when it's your competitor, so to speak. He was a nice guy though. He invited me to an arrowhead show in his county, and I've never been to one. Never, ever, nowhere. And I don't expect I probably will, but I appreciated the invitation anyway. But I just like looking for them. Appreciate you watching. Guys, I have come up on a cool piece. I just want to show you. Right there's a footprint right over there. And I don't know, the next tracks are right over there. And there's about probably 8 foot between them. And I'm walking right up the middles of them, and check this baby out right here. Well, that's a cool piece right there if I ever seen one. Look at that base. I've never seen a point like that. What a tip on it. Y'all give me a shout out on that one, because I've never seen anything like it. Then, well, that's a sweet, sweet piece right there. I found a bunch of firsts right here this time. I never found anything with holes drilled in it. Doubled my paleo collection. And I've never found anything like that. And that double notched Layton, I think is what the Alabama headhunter declared it to be. And I think he's right. That's an awful cool piece. Beautiful. Appreciate y'all watching. Guys, I'm back. I'd like to point something out. And I don't know nothing. You've heard me, I barely even know my name. But I do know that it pays off, and I came way early this morning because I didn't want to take a chance on the other guy being here. And if he was going to be here, I was going to join him. And that's the way it worked out. And he was probably thinking the same thing I was. But I want you to notice this right here. Probably at daylight, this right here would have been a different color. And of course, the ground being dark, you'd had a hard time seeing that point right there. So in my experience, the best time, if you can, is to wait until at least, you know, the air has time enough to dry off the point while leaving the ground still dark, and you can see them a long way off. Whereas otherwise, that one right there would have been real easy to overlook first thing in the morning. You know, if it was as blue as that side right there, but when it starts drying off, it gets lighter. That's a nice point right there. I thought I'd share that with you. I'll get off my soapbox now, but I listen to some of y'all sometimes, and I enjoy it. Part of sharing, I guess. Later. Alright guys, I'm on to another first, but I'm sick over it. Don't you look. Oh man. Never found an axe. Nothing's busted all to pieces. It sure does give hope, though. Yeah, there's a good groove going all the way around it. I don't know whether it's been 3/4 or full. I'll get it cleaned up. It's busted up pretty good, but it's got a groove and everything that's there. Let's keep looking. I made it home. Here's the stuff I found this morning from the sidekick. I'm not even going to get too close. It's just a bunch of brokes, fragments, and whatnot. Right there's pretty complete. And there's a big old turkey tail. I can't tell whether it's blunted or whether it's actually just been broken. I had a good day. Look at this. I can't tell whether that's, I mean, that looks somewhat fresh, but I had never found out. Now, of course, that's obviously old right there. That's real lightweight, and I actually done that trying to clean the mud off of it. So it's a flaky type material. It's I don't know if it's sandstone or what it is, but it wants to come apart. It's pretty deteriorated. I found some pretty good stuff today, considering I had somebody else in the field with me. And give me just a second. As you were, I thought I had something crawling on me. There's a good piece. Pretty good size. It's over 3 inches. Here's a real nice piece. A pretty spot in it when it dries. That's real light blue. You see me find this one? It's a nice big sandy. A pretty piece. Here's a little banded dart. It's got a base. I think it's made like that. I don't think it's been snapped. You see me find this little jewel. That's a pretty little big sandy right there. It's got a flute on one side of it that goes halfway up that thing. That's really heavily ground. It's a nice little piece. Here's another piece with that oblique flaking on it. Let me dry it off. You can tell more about it, seems like, when they're dry. It may be an Elk River. That is something right there, a whole lot different than those stomping grounds. I didn't ever find anything over there with that type of flaking on it. This place is awesome for first time things for me. Here's this piece I'm in question about. That's an awesome piece right there. Whatever it is. Really well made and thin. Of course, you can see the change in the material. Bottom's more like on the edge of the rock. Then you get into some better material. That's a cool piece right there, whatever it is. It wants to be translucent in that one end. And then check this out. I got to where I pick up every flat rock in the field. I actually picked up 2 of these today. See how thin it is. And I don't know if you can see it or not out here in this light. I may have to take it inside, but it's got scratching on both sides of that thing. One of the other ones didn't. I'll take this inside, but let me show you this other piece right quickly. I believe it's a pendant. It doesn't have any scratchings on it, but it's pretty polished all the way around it. And it looks like it's been tried to be drilled from both sides. With a pretty good sized drill, looks like. That's a neat object to find. I'm looking for everything with a hole now, and everything with scratch marks on it, or anything that's potentially got a scratch mark on it. It's a unique field, I'm telling you. I'm glad to find that thing. Alright, I'm going to go inside and let you look at this in another light. Alright, I'll make this quick. You can probably already see those scratches in it. There's some kind of figure. It goes all the way around the perimeter of the rock, and then it's got bigger cross sections. For instance, right here is a square, and then there's another square right here. It's just a blocked up square like pattern. And it goes all the way around the perimeter of the rock. And up there it gets kind of scratchier, you can see. And the rock's not polished. I mean, it's just thin as a plate. But you can see the carvings going all the way around that. And there's some on the other side. Unique place, I'm telling you. These things I just don't find and don't know enough about them, even know how to talk about them. But I'm going to keep picking up flat rocks. Maybe I'll figure out what they're talking about one of these days. Later.